Hi, I'm Iyare and this is Direct Edition. Welcome to the show this week. Not only will we be checking out some of the newest comic book releases, but we'll also be catching up with writer, creator of Velika and artist Ken Johnson, so make sure you stay right where you are. So we're here at Comicana in the West End. We're joined by writer, artist and creator of Velika, Ken Johnson. Thanks so much for coming in and joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. It's great.
So, like, for people who are not familiar with Velika, tell us a little bit about the character and the story that's going on at the moment.
Sure. Velika is a vigilante who's in the search for her father's killer as her first mission. And as she's discovered that this is not an easy mission to undertake. So, in the first 4 issues, you find that as she starts off in her adventure, her investigative series, or what have you, she does eventually catch up with him, but it has unexpected consequences, which will show up in issue 5.
Where does Velika come from, and what would you say, the series is about?
The series is about power. It's about intelligence. It's about how a really smart, beautiful person can do more than just look good and sound good and all these other things. I felt that there was a void in the market. I mean, it needed to be something that showed a kick-ass superhero that wasn't necessarily a man. It evolves, it changes. It's not a static type of book. You'll see how in life you learn things. And this is how the comic character will also progress, because she will learn things as she goes.
Sure. And what about your kind of art style?
Oh boy, let's see. My art style is influenced by like George Perez and John Byrne and I'm trying to think who else. I mean, more recent ones would probably be like Mike Mignola, Arthur Adams, the way that they do comics. And then there was like fine artists that I admired as well. So, and I took in some of those influences. When you look at Velika, it looks like a standard superhero, but not necessarily a standard superhero book, but it has that similarity, except it's in black and white. And there's wash tones involved in it, so it gives you clarity on what you're seeing on the page. We could have done it in interior color, but I thought it needed to have its own texture and its own identity.
Sure. So how do you come to be a kind of comic book artist and writer?
I was always drawing comics since I was little. People that knew me in elementary school and back in North Carolina would always recall me with my head down, drawing, and then even now, I had a guy that got in touch with me through Facebook, and he remembers me drawing since 8th grade. I'm like, wow, okay, that's cool.
Clearly you're not from around these parts.
Nah.
So how do you, where are you from originally, and how do you come to be here in the UK working?
Well, let's see. I'm originally from North Carolina, as you can tell by my glorious accent.
Sure.
And then I was in Seattle for about 16 years.
Okay.
And then, let's see, I met a lovely lady over on this side of the world. And
things we do, and
just kind of evolved.
Listen, I can relate. I used to live in North London. Now I live in South London, and that is a move that could only be kind of precipitated by love.
That's it. That's it.
The things we do, for the women in our lives. Just talking about the future, it sounds like you have kind of plans for Velika, and so where and what can we look forward to with you doing with the series in the future?
Well, in the future, we're planning on doing some things on screen for Velika, which would be small screen and large screen.
Okay.
We're looking at offering more digital things. We're looking at expanding the merchandising.
Okay.
Just to kind of get more people involved, and also distribution.
Sure.
We're looking to distribute throughout the UK a bit more and crack into the US, because I mean, let's face it, the folks in the US are clawing for the title, and they're like, where can I get it? Where can I get it? Where can I get it? Velika's on Facebook.
Okay.
And we have quite a few fans on there now. Be a fan. Join.
Be a fan of Velika. We'll flash up the details. I'm right here. Okay. So listen, Ken, thanks so much for coming in and having a chat with us.
Thank you very
hopefully,
much.
if you stick around, maybe we can have a little bit of a chat about some of this week's releases.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Cool. Just in time for the release of the movie, this is issue 8 of Kick-Ass. This is a series I've really kind of loved. Ken, your thoughts on it as the guest on the show?
Gritty, in your face, real textural. Which is cool, just don't eat dinner while you're reading.
Yes, yeah, no, for sure. And like, if you know, I have a daughter, and it's going to be a long time before she's allowed anywhere near this book. Bearing in mind some of the antics of the little girl, hit girl in this book. But
exactly.
you know, it's a title I love. I'm a big fan of John Romita Jr.'s.
Yeah, I love his work too.
So he kind of lends this a sort of a gravitas that I think that anything that he does is worth checking out. And so that's one of the things I love about it. But I'm also a big Miller fan as well.
Yeah. Miller's awesome.
Now, as someone who's a kind of a writer, what's your feeling on the fact that he'd sold this as a movie proposition and that went into production before the book had even kind of done like the first cycle? And so what is your feeling as someone who's kind of looking at doing stuff with your properties? Is it just a case of, you know, get it where you can?
I mean, I would have a tendency to kind of like keep it close to the chest until it's ready. Simply because you need to have some sort of continuity. But at the same time, when it comes down to just kind of expressing and getting the properties out there, if you feel very strong about it and they pick up and it's like, we like this,
yeah.
And you have a name.
Yeah, exactly. You know? There you go. So this is it. This is Kick-Ass issue number 8. It's out this week, and you can grab a copy for yourselves and see what you think. The latest Ultimates book is out. This is Ultimate Enemy number 1. It's another Bendis penned book. The Ultimate Universe in Marvel. How do you feel about it?
Well, it's kind of like the modern version of all the characters from Marvel that we love and enjoy, with just a little bit of a dark twist to them.
Sure.
From a reader point of view, it would have been nice to see how these characters, these character designs, these character approaches would have evolved. Mm-hmm. You know, how would they fall into the main storylines instead of creating this whole Ultimates line, which is like, well, we can play over here, but when we're on this side, we need to stay within the realms.
Sure.
You know, as to not confuse readers. Give readers the benefit of the doubt. You never know. Maybe it's just a testament of our times that you find that you have to have all these different product lines, product offering, to bring in a certain level of readership. Yeah. So
they're giving us lots of choice.
Lots of choice.
But recent kind of research has found that choice doesn't make us happy.
No.
So there you go, Marvel. It's something to consider. Anyway, we kind of enjoy this book. Ultimate Enemy, issue number 1. It's out this week. Check it out. This is Green Lantern, issue number 50. Blackest Night continues in the latest Green Lantern book. Ken, how do you feel about Blackest Night?
Man, I like Blackest Night.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's probably one of the few series I actually try to catch up on all the bits to it.
Yeah.
I really haven't done it before. Even when it was like Crisis on Infinite Earths, I didn't even do that.
Yeah, sure.
You know, Secret Wars, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But Blackest Night, I'm all over it.
I'll tell you what, I think what I've really enjoyed about Blackest Night is it's been worked out very well in terms of how the book's interlock. As a writer, what's your feeling about it?
What I like about it is the fact that it's well thought out. You don't have to pick up all the books. If the content and the writing wasn't that strong, you wouldn't be as compelled. I think, coming from the writing side of me, it's quite well written. Yeah,
and I mean, this is a good-looking book, but I've really the Ivan Rice stuff on Blackest Night has been just awesome. I think it's art and the color and everything has just been really cool.
It's stunning. It's really stunning.
And this is as good a Blackest Night book as has been out. So if you want to check it out, this is issue 50 of Green Lantern, and it's out this week.
Pick it up.
So that's about it for this week's Direct Edition. Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you're with us next time, and we'll be checking out even more new comic books. In the meantime, keep supporting the people that support us. You can check out their details running past my face right now. Support them, and they'll help us keep bringing you more issues of this show every week. So make sure you join us next time for Direct Edition.